We're about to start. I am honored at this time to introduce a very special person, the reason that we came. No titles today. She said today her title is Rafiki. And so I want to introduce Rafiki, a friend of mine that has become like a sister to me. Her name is Rafiki Lillian. Can we just stand up and appreciate her as she comes? She deserves a standing ovation. Karibu sana Rafiki. Welcome.
So look around and know that you are at the beginning of Marafiki Wellness Club. Okay? So this is just the beginning. You know, Rome was not built in one day. Okay? So this is just the beginning. I am getting myself out there. You know, sometimes it's really, nerve-wracking getting yourself out there, but this is the beginning. I put my word, I put my faith, and this is where we begin. Okay? And thank you so much for coming. So, has anybody watched the movie Mufasa? Yeah? Good. My favorite character is Rafiki. Rafiki. So the reason why I like Rafiki, because he's really wise. And in this movie Mufasa, when he was leading, the other lions to the land of Milele, Milele means abundance, okay, forever abundance. So he was leading this group of lions to Milele, and he came across this mountain range, and he said, there are many paths to Milele, but this is our path. So, Rafiki, Marafiki Wellness Club. Exploring collective wellness is our way. That is us. So, who am I? I wear many hats, but I am a mom. That's my little girl. I'm a wife. I'm a student of life, but I see myself as an explorer in the field of wellness. I've done several things. I did community psychology, I did massage therapy, I went to medical school. I'm a hospitalist now, and I'm really interested in functional medicine. So why Marafiki Wellness? So currently, as a hospitalist, I see a lot of patients with chronic illness. People, blood pressure, but now they have blood pressure emergency. They have diabetes, but they come to us with diabetes complication. Maybe their foot is being cut off. Maybe they have end-stage renal disease. That's what I tend to see a lot. And these people, when they come in, they are with us maybe for 5-6 days. I tell them everything that I think will be helpful to them. I tell them, hey, when you go home, please adhere to a good nutrition, exercise, go to church, join a community. And then a month later, they're back in the hospital. So I was wondering, why? Why aren't they staying out in the community? Why aren't they doing all these things, these good things that we're telling them? But you have to imagine, when somebody comes to the hospital, they have a lot of diagnosis. A lot of them have like 3 or 4 diagnoses. So it's a lot of burden, and then the medication list is so long. So sometimes it's really difficult for one person to handle this. And there's so many wellness gaps that I've come to notice. A lot of people lack preventative wellness, practices. Some of them have insufficient focus on their mental and emotional health. A lot of them, they are sedentary, they don't move much. Poor nutrition. Some of these people are in food deserts. A lot of these people are in fragmented relationships, toxic relationships. Other gaps that I've seen is a lot of people don't understand what holistic wellness is. They feel like maybe mental health is one thing, relationship is one thing, community wellness is one thing. They don't see that everything threads together. Also, inequality in wellness opportunities. There's a lot of people who are marginalized. They lack opportunities to do preventative care. And then there's a holistic integration. There's a lack of holistic integration in the healthcare. Everything is seen in isolation. So these are some of the wellness gaps that here at Marafiki Wellness Club that we are trying to figure out how can we fill these gaps. So I'll tell you about my friend Peter. Peter has been my friend for a very long time. In 2012, he was diagnosed with high blood pressure. By that time, he was young. He was drinking alcohol. He was in a lot of, relationships that were not really good. He was not really exercising. But in 2018 or 19, that's when he came, we started really focusing on his health. Because at that point, he had moved away from Indiana where he was living, and he had moved to Austin. So in Austin, he was by himself, he was isolated. And the relationship that he was in for 11 years had fragmented, it was normal. At that point, he was drinking more to try to cope because he could not sleep. So at that point, he was taking 50 milligrams of chlorthalidone. This is a medication for high blood pressure. And that was a lot, He was, 40? And he was taking, a lot of medication. So we started, talk every week. I told him, from now henceforth, I'll be calling you every week. And we'll try to figure this out. So I told him, hey, you need to join a group like Meetup, So there's Meetup in Austin whereby he joined, It was a hiking group. He enjoyed hiking, so he started going hiking. Then all of a sudden, daily, he started saying, you know what, I really don't think I need to drink anymore. So he started reducing his own alcohol intake. Why? Because he was amongst other people that were focusing on health. So he really did not think he needed to drink as much, right? We started talking about nutrition, and I'm telling you, that's him. 2 years later, he had reduced his medication from 50. I'll show you the progression. So he was taking 50 of chlorthalidone, and then when he started improving, his doctor, primary care providers are very important. His doctor started reducing his medication. And today, he's only on 5 milligrams of that medication. And look at him, he's thriving, he's running marathons, and he's really enjoying himself. He's in better relationships, because when you are better, people who are better also want to be with you. So this is a story of one person, one of my Rafiki. So Marafiki Wellness Club is based on the principle that wellness is a shared responsibility. Just because you have all these comorbidities, you don't have to carry them by yourself. When you come in here, this is a platform whereby, we can, try to, not necessarily educate, but influence you, to being your better self. That's what Marafiki Wellness Club is. So the 5 pillars of wellness that we're going to be focusing on are restorative rest, nutritious foods, exercise, healthy relationships, community contribution, because together these pillars form the foundation of a balanced and purposeful life. I'm going to put Rafiki down for a minute, or let him sleep for a minute. Okay, so what is our mission? Our mission is to build a thriving, connected environment that embodies collective well-being through the 5 pillars. And what is our vision? Our vision is a world of interconnected wellness communities where well-being is a shared journey, supported by the 5 pillars of rest, nutrition, exercise, healthy relationship, and giving back. So what is our way? Our way is community-centered wellness. Our way is evidence-based health practices. And our way is empowerment through connection. What to expect? So, my friends and I, we want to figure out how this is going to go. So for this year, we are planning to do like monthly, meetings like this, in a public setting. I like the library because it's free, anybody that wants to come, can come in for free. And also we're going to be having like virtual, podcast. We are going to have a segment called Intellectual Wellness. We are also going to have demonstrative workshop targeting these 5 pillars. For example, when it comes to restorative rest, we'll do things like specialized workshop focused on sleep improvement, stress reduction techniques, and mindfulness practices. For nutrition, we will provide meal prep services, cooking classes, nutritious workshops. For fitness workshops, we're going to do yoga, Pilates, strength training. And then we will also do a lot of organized community services, events, and volunteer opportunities. So this is a place whereby, the things that we always think, I wish I could do this. I wish I could join a group that, do things together. This is a place to do those things. I think we talked about that. So this year, we want to plan a health walk, sometime spring this year. And then in the fall, around fall, we want to organize a community volunteering opportunity. And in the winter, we're going to have a winter ball or a community party fall. So this year, mainly, we will be introducing ourselves to the community. So if you know of a community that will benefit from Marafiki Wellness Club, just let us know, and we will come to you. So what is your role? So a lot of you, I see a few doctors, I see a massage therapist, I see community members, I see friends. How can you contribute? So this place invites like-minded individuals to join us in building a healthier, more connected world. So we will be having these, podcasts, we'll be having these kind of events, and we will appreciate your expertise. Also, we need volunteers. We need you to, put our good word out there. So we do have a website, marafikiwellnessclub.com, and I will be sending you information on the email that you're provided. We do have an event coming March 1st at Midwest City Library. It's going to be something like this also, introducing ourselves to the community. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Rafiki Lillian. I have one quick trivia question. What was Rafiki Lillian's friend? Not you, because your family, I know you know the answer. Rafiki Peter. And where had he moved from and where had he moved to? I want to see if we were paying attention. Do you remember where Rafiki Peter had moved from?
No, but he moved to Austin.
He moved to Austin. Indiana to Austin. Can we give them a hand? That means they were paying attention. I have these questions that are going to be answered in your group. So this is table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4. First thing I want you guys to do is come up with a name for your group, because you're gonna use that name later. So have a name for your group. You have a few minutes to look through those questions. Answer them together. I don't know if you want to do it with Miss Andela or if you guys want to join another group. And we're going to go over those answers. Discuss what is critical thinking, the relevance of critical thinking in a group setting, and what is metabolic syndrome. You guys discuss amongst yourselves. I'm giving you a few minutes, and then no, you're gonna answer all 3 questions. Yes. Thank you, Rafiki Sabrina, for asking. So just to clarify, you have to answer all the questions. And you have to find a representative from your group that will represent you guys in answering the questions. Critical thinking. Yes, if you want a pen, they want a pen. Do you have one handy? And we need to know what the relevance of critical thinking is in this group setting. Group effort. Rafiki, we have a Rafiki back there. Oh, he's good? Okay, he's good. Okay. Yes, join this group, Rafiki Albert. Remember to have a name for your group. I can't wait to see what names you come up with. Hopefully a name from Lion King. Hopefully. Marafiki says, good luck, everybody. Don't forget you need a name and you need a representative of your group. Remember, Marafiki means friend. Exploring collective wellness is our way. I love the smiles, I love the buzz in the room. This is a group setting. So what's the relevance of critical thinking in a setting like this? We are ready to wrap it up. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6. I forgot to ask which table had the doctors. That's the table I should be. That's the table I want to be part of. 5. Okay, it's time to wrap it up. I'm honored again to invite you, Rafiki Lillian, to come and go over those answers with us. Before she comes up, I just want to know, did you come up with your group name? Rafiki Sabrina's table, what is your group name? You guys are called the champions? We are the champions. What? Huh? Oh, the Simba group. Okay. Do you guys know what Simba means? No. Simba is a lion. Yeah, so you guys are the champions and they're the lions. I can't wait to see. Bring it on. She said, bring it on.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we all need to be in touch with our mascot here. It's very, very important. Okay, so the first question. What is critical thinking? Let's start from there. What is critical thinking? We're gonna start with the Simba group. What is critical thinking?
Critical thinking from our group is... Thank you. My name is Rafiki Isaac. It's good to repeat, yeah, hallelujah. Also a pastor too, you know. Yeah, part of the spiritual wellness. Amen. So let me answer the question then. Critical thinking from our group is the process of analyzing information and forming a judgment. Yeah, when you come together, you analyze whatever the information that you have, then after all, then you make a judgment after that.
Wonderful. And what is the benefit, what is the relevance of critical thinking in a group setting? The champions.
I'll do it. The importance of critical thinking in a group setting is that it's difficult to hold on to yourself in a group setting. That's why you have herd mentality. And it's quite often we fail to critically think at all because we basically follow authorities in medicine, in church, in school. The bell rings, we all walk from one place to another. And so it takes courage. The importance is because you find your personal courage. It takes courage to think for yourself when it appears that everybody else is going one direction, to actually stop and question, is this the right thing to do? And especially in a group setting, because of our biological makeup, we're less likely to do that. And so it takes practice, and it's good for our mental, physical, and spiritual health to always stay centered and to know that we, in connection with higher authority, need that instead of we need to be connected with higher authority and ourselves more than we need to be connected with any herd we happen to be in the midst of. And the more we practice critical thinking in a group, the stronger we'll be, the more courageous we'll be, and the better decisions we'll make.
Wonderful. See, I'm really glad that this first meeting, we have these kind of people, because this is what we want to attract, like-minded people doing great things in the world. Okay, second question. What is metabolic syndrome? Did you get a chance to answer? Okay.
They just named this. Okay. I'm not a scientist today, but I can answer this. The metabolic syndrome is a cluster of conditions that increases heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. All those is a cluster. Yes.
Thank you so much. Now, as we said, Marafiki Wellness Club wants to look at things holistically, right? And we have the 5 pillars of wellness, that we talked about. Restorative rest, nutrition, exercise, community, and healthy relationship. So I'm going to come to this table. How do you see us tackling collective wellness, metabolic syndrome? How do you see that? How do you see Marafiki Wellness Club tackling metabolic syndrome?
So, since metabolic syndrome is related to nutrition, lack of exercise, imbalance in the diet with too many processed foods, too many chemicals in our food, too much sugar and carbohydrates in our food, the collective wellness community, a community of people could provide education, encouragement, volunteering to teach cooking classes like you were talking about to show that it really is simple and not that expensive to eat well. And then maybe with runs and walks and games that we could create that would encourage people to live a healthier lifestyle, because metabolic syndrome is a lifestyle disease.
So, metabolic syndrome, lifestyle disease, and exploring wellness is our way. That's what we do here at Marafiki Wellness Clubs. Thank you. So you guys really answered these questions well. So we might not need the following slides, but I just wanted to summarize. So critical thinking empowers individuals to take ownership of their health, builds a strong, informed community that engage in meaningful dialogue, encourages problem solving and adaptability in the wellness journey. So here at Marafiki Wellness Club, we want to foster that culture of curiosity, reflection, evidence-based discussions. That is what we want to foster here. When it comes to metabolic syndrome, he did a good job. It's a cluster of conditions including high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excessive body fat around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol or triglyceride levels, and lifestyle factors, right? They are largely influenced by how we live. So making holistic wellness intervention is essential for preventing and managing metabolic syndrome, okay? And this is just some of the examples that you guys mentioned, so we really don't need to go over them again, okay? So this is what we call intellectual wellness. Every time we meet, we're going to be pondering on these kind of questions. And that the reason why I had you look at these questions before we even went through them is because I wanted you to start engaging your brain in these kind of topics, because this is the kind of lingo you're going to be having when you come to Marafiki Wellness Club. Yeah.
So just for our education, I would request that you go through your last slide to kind of nail it.
Okay, perfect. And I like that.
Because it's a cool looking slide.
Okay, so restorative rest, managing stress and sleep for metabolic health. Why does it matter? So chronic stress and poor sleep contributes to insulin resistance, increased cortisol level and inflammation, all of which exacerbate metabolic syndrome, okay? 2, nutritious foods, a foundation for blood sugar and heart health. Why does it matter? Poor diet choices, excessive processed foods, and high sugar intake contributes to obesity, insulin resistance, and elevated cholesterol levels. Number 3, exercise. Movement is medicine. Why does it matter? Sedentary lifestyle leads to weight gain, poor circulation, and insulin resistance, accelerating metabolic syndrome progression. You're gonna hear me say insulin resistant a lot. Number 4, healthy relationship, social connection for longevity. Why does it matter? Social isolation and loneliness contributes to chronic stress, poor mental health, and unhealthy coping mechanisms such as emotional eating or inactivity. Number 5, community contribution, purpose and engagement for sustainable wellness. Why does it matter? A sense of purpose and belonging is linked to better lifestyle adherence, reduced stress, and improved mental well-being, all of which positively impact metabolic health. Thank you so much for having me go through. I did work hard to create this slide.
I just, for the non-medical people in the audience, you said you're going to keep mentioning insulin resistance. Why is that something important?
So insulin is a hormone, right? It's produced by the pancreas, right? And so every time you eat, the food is finally broken down into glucose, which is in your bloodstream. And what insulin does, insulin acts like a pump. It kind of like pumps the sugar out of your bloodstream into the muscles, so that it can be utilized, for energy and such things like that. So insulin resistant is when you have excessive blood glucose in your bloodstream. Resistance, think about it, resistance. At some point, you have so much blood sugar in your bloodstream, or that you might have all those receptors on the wall, on the muscles. At some point, kind of like get tired of seeing all this blood sugar. This is just layman terms. I'm trying to make it very simple. So that's what insulin resistant is. You might have, all these conditions. Let's say like you're high stress levels. You'll have cortisol levels, that are, pushing a lot of glucose into your blood. So your system is so used to seeing all this blood glucose, it kind of like gets tired. It's kind of like you have what we call insulin resistant. Do you have a better way of explaining this?
So you're right that having high blood sugar is part of it, but our bodies put out extra insulin to bring the blood sugar down to a more normal range. However, if we continue to pump out that extra insulin, our body has created a mechanism to keep it from working too hard because you don't want your blood sugar to go too low. So you've got all of this insulin trying to get all of this sugar going into the cells to do its job, and then you have to dampen the effect of that insulin to keep it from making you, for example, blood sugar go to zero in the middle of the night or something. So it's a mechanism that's there that, but unfortunately it has ill effects. It leads to that inflammation that leads, it causes weight gain. There are just a lot of things that come down from the excessive insulin and the insulin resistance. So I don't know if that made it any more clear.
No, and this is good because when we have those podcasts, we can invite, people to come and talk about this. And of course, we will have had a forethought on what we're going to talk about. And so we're going to give better examples because sometimes it's difficult explaining these terms in a simplistic way. And if we have a chance of having like podcasts, we will kind of have a chance to kind of like think through these questions.
Oh, I just wanted, I guess, so I understand what you were saying. Is it another way to say it? Would it be like when we take in too much sugar, when we eat the wrong things, our body goes into overdrive with the insulin, and does the insulin like overcompensate? In other words, and that's
have that insulin resistance.
Gotcha. Okay, so what we're trying to do is maintain levels so that our body doesn't go into overdrive, right? So that we don't crash. Is that?
Well, I mean, if you check the insulin level of somebody with metabolic syndrome, they might have a normal blood sugar, but their insulin level is going to be higher to keep that blood sugar low. And the insulin resistance is where the body is slowing down the receptors and how well they work to keep the blood sugar from going too low. Yeah.
What we're going to have is, as I said, probably like a podcast. Maybe I can invite, maybe via Zoom, I can invite, Rafiki Sabrina, so that we can kind of have like a more conversation in depth. And we will like these questions, all these questions that you have, probably emailed to us, so that when we have this podcast, we kind of have like a good explanation of these kind of things. Your body wants to be in homeostasis. Your body always wants to be in balance. You have to think about that. So even if it has to produce more insulin just to keep you at normal blood sugar, that's what it's going to do. But sometimes when you do that for a long time, chronically, your body goes out of balance, you see? So you are born perfect, but these chronic illnesses, your body's like on overdrive. Mm-hmm.
My question is, what does fasting do to wellness of the body? Because it might be on the other side of the insulin resistance.
So, thank you for that question. I do have a list of different topics that we're going to be discussing, including including the importance of fasting. And fasting is not for everybody, right? So, what I'll do is that question that you have, what fast, because I do have an explanation of different kind of fasting. So we will dig into that. But yes, sometimes fasting can be very beneficial for you, but it depends on other metrics. So I just don't want to say a blanket statement, But fasting is essential, because you don't want to be over-consuming food. Sometimes it's good to take a break. But when do you take this break? Which people should take a break? Which people should not even fast, So so the thing about Marafiki Wellness Club, as I said, it's evidence-based, right? So that is a good question. I can have a very simple answer for him, right? But I want to have a more detailed conversation when it comes to these topics. So that's why when you come to Marafiki Wellness Club, you can have intellectual wellness, and probably it's not enough time to do like a deep dive of these kind of topics. And that is the reason why I want you to, that question and other questions that you have, we're going to write them down, and then we're going to answer them fully. Okay? But I'm going to get back to you, Doctor. Pastor. Do you have an answer for that? What fasting? Okay. Yes. So.
Because when we what I know about insulin is because it removes sugar from the blood, right? How about if you have not eaten a lot? What happens to? How do you compensate that sugar? Because that's what will help some of the anyway.
Yeah. No. That's a good question.
So, for example, at night when you're not eating, and the goal of most fasting is to start creating ketones. And that's a whole other story, but that's another fuel that the brain and the body can use. And so your body should be good at using both glucose and ketones. And so most of us eat so many carbohydrates that our body's having to deal with a lot of glucose. And we almost never are using ketones, and so we lose that metabolic flexibility. So fasting can help your body become more metabolically flexible if it's done
in the right way. Yes. So the thing about doctors, right? It's not like we are trying to run away from the question, but we want to answer the question fully, right? Yeah, giving because it's not like a commercial, this is not like a commercial. Hey, do fasting, okay? And then I have to think, okay, if you're doing fasting, what, there's so many other things that we have to kind of look at, but these are the questions that I want us to discuss,
I just wanted to say that there's a really good book that I've read called Intermittent Fasting by Jason Fung, and he's a doctor, he's a nephrologist, and it describes exactly how to fast, how long to fast, the importance of intermittent fasting, of, a lot of people, stopping your feeding window at 6 or 7 o'clock and not starting again until later, and having a long, breakfast is supposed to break the fast, right? How long time before you break the fast? And he describes exactly what you can have, what you can't have, what to expect after 24 hours, 48 hours, and even longer, and when to do it and when not to. It's really a very good book, and it's a nice, easy read. Well, pretty easy.
And there are actually other ways of fasting. It's not just intermittent fasting, but I like that question. And I like this other question of metabolic syndrome. So these are maybe the first two things that I'm going to invite people to talk about. Okay, thank you.
Can we give her and Rafiki Sabrina a hand? Thank you for helping answer those questions. What was the title of the book you said?
Intermittent fasting is that.
Oh, okay.
It's simple,
Direct. Okay, because you guys got my attention when you mentioned fasting. I have a story about that, but I'll share it maybe later. Quick question for you guys. If you had an option to put honey in your tea or the stevia, which one do you think is healthier for you?
Stevia.
How many say honey? How many say stevia? Okay, I'll ask again. How many say honey? How many say stevia? Okay, I just found out today that stevia is healthier for you, unlike honey. Like when you have an option, when you're getting tea. So back there, we're about to have refreshments. I'm not gonna judge because trust me, I'm gonna be going for the honey also. But if you're going with what's healthier, I just found out today that stevia is healthier for you than honey would be.
Why?
Why? That's a good question. Okay, she wants to answer us. Just a second.
Because of what it does to your blood sugar. Stevia does not raise your blood sugar so much. Honey is going to boost your blood sugar. It's a form of sugar, basically. I mean, I'm sure it has things that help your allergies and all these other things. But stevia doesn't do that to your blood sugar. And so if we're talking about insulin and metabolic syndrome and things that you want to do on a normal basis, you want to avoid sugar of all kinds. And honey is one of those kinds.
Oh, and monk food too. Monk food, okay. You have a question? Stevia is a sugar. To me, it's sugar that I avoid. But I'm finding out today I need to go for it. No, I'm being honest because we're here to talk about wellness. To me, if I walked somewhere and I had those two choices, I would go for the honey. But I just found out today that this is healthier. So I'm gonna have to go, and it's natural. The more you talk about it, the more I'm still going for the honey. But like she said, this one raises your blood sugar. This one does not. So it's up to you. Again, we were told critical thinking in a group setting. It's up to you, whatever you decide. But this one, as tasty as it is, because it's tasty. This is good. We're about to go and have snacks here in a second. Before we do that, Musandela does have a presentation back there. So we're going to take a 10-minute break, not only to get a snack, but also stop by his table. He's going to talk about sugars and the different types. So that really ties in well with what we just talked about. So make your way across, say hi to our Rafiki, grab a snack. We have plenty, but I'm only giving you guys 10 minutes because we do have to come back, sit down, and wrap up together. So mingle away, get a snack, and please listen to Musandela's presentation as well. Thank you. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Here, Musandela, we're ready for you.
Yes. So simple sugars are like sugars or monosaccharides. Are sugars that are easily digested and absorbed in like one glucose chain, which makes it easier to absorb and digest. Simple sugars, an example of these are mainly found in like added sugars. Added sugars, you know, when you look at the, so you see in this nutrition facts thing, there's this thing called added sugars, and simple sugars are basically just added sugars. Simple sugars give you a quick burst of energy. They're not really made and give you a quick spike in blood sugar. If you have like problems with like blood sugar, I don't think simple sugar is really very good for your health. But then there's this other thing called complex sugars. Complex sugars are basically like simple sugars, but like it's easier to digest. Complex sugars are mainly found in like bread, or found in rice, whole grains, legumes, and vegetables. Yes. So complex sugars are more healthier because they're easier to digest. No, they take longer to digest. They give you they cause less blood sugar problems and blood pressure problems. Unfortunately, there are these things called refined sugars, which are mainly like like bread, like the bread with all the fiber, and when they go to they're brown breads, but when they go to the factories, they're processed and refined, and all the fiber and vitamins are removed, making them to right bread. So, and then also same thing for brown rice, not brown sugar, brown rice. All the fibers removed, turn to white rice. If you really want to get your diet, I recommend you eat something like whole grain bread, brown rice, anything that starts with whole grain.
So let's find our way back. I will come around. Each table will have, I think there are 25 questions. I want you to answer all of them right there. Put the name of your group up top, and then we're gonna switch the papers after the time allowed. We only have like 5 minutes to answer all the questions. So the people that came later, if you guys wanna join, you can join either or because it's 2 of you. One of you can join Group Simba, Club Simba, and then you will join Club Simba? We want you to be part of answering the questions though. Oh yeah, you wanna, okay. No, we were already in groups, but since yes, can you guys join in with them? Okay. Okay, are we ready? Don't start yet. Remember to put away your phones. This one, we're not going to look up anything. And I will let Rafiki Deanne take it from here. Come up, Rafiki, and explain to them what they need to do.
Thank you, Mercy. So yeah, you guys have the questions. It's just 25, so just, make sure, just 25. They should be really easy. Put your heads together, give your best answer, and yeah. So you've got a little over 5 minutes to complete all the questions. 7 minutes exactly. 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Yeah, so you guys are going to break there. Don't break the wall.
First question is true or false. Your body can adapt to getting less than 6 hours of sleep per night. The answer. Okay, yes, that's right. False. You cannot. It's false. False. You cannot adapt to 6 hours or less than 6 hours. Number 2, what is the condition called where you temporarily stop breathing during sleep? Sleep apnea, yes, that's correct. What is the sleep hormone produced by darkness? Melatonin, good. That's smart. What is the term for the sleep cycle? Circadian rhythm, yes. Which animal sleeps the least? She had a giraffe. I wonder why that is. I wonder why. Okay, next section, nutrition trivia. What nutrient is primarily found in meat, fish, eggs, and beans? Protein. Protein is the answer. Which vitamin is essential for blood clotting? Vitamin K. I did not know that.
That was not a complete sentence.
Partial credit. What is the healthiest way to cook vegetables to preserve nutrients? The best way to preserve nutrients in vegetables? Steam. They said steam. What did you guys?
Steam.
Okay, steamed is right. What vitamin is produced when your skin is exposed to sunlight? We're all deficient in it. Vitamin D, yes. Vitamin D is the answer. Like, yay for vitamin D deficiency. No. Next section, exercise trivia. What is the minimum amount of daily activity recommended for adults? 30 minutes, that's the answer. True or false, stretching before exercise prevents injury? True. In my case, stretching causes injuries. I don't know. I should say that. What type of exercise strengthens your heart and lungs? Cardio or aerobic? We're going to accept cardio, yes? It's the same thing, yeah? Okay. How many steps are recommended per day for general health? 10,000. Bonus question, does anyone know how many miles 10,000 steps is? Who has time for that in a day? I don't. She says 3, but I've Googled it and I've seen 5. 5
miles a day?
That 10,000 steps roughly equals 5.
But it doesn't have to be all at the same time, right?
Yeah, I don't have time for that. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
That's a lot.
Okay, next question, 15. What is the best exercise for bone strength?
Weight bearing, strength training.
Weight strength training, so weightlifting, weight bearing, so aerobics and weight training for overall. Next question, active listening is a key component of healthy communication. True or false?
True.
True. Setting boundaries is important for healthy relationships. True or false? Okay. What is the key to maintaining long distance relationships? TikTok, which is a form of communication, a form of TikTok.
You could also break up with them.
That's true. That's called setting healthy boundaries. Yes. What is the term for understanding another person's perspective? Empathy. Yes. True or false? Spending time apart can benefit some relationships.
True. Is that not true?
All relationships. Yes. Yes.
So
Okay.
is it false? Is it true?
It's a truth. That's true. Spending time apart can. Yes, it's true.
It's true.
Yes.
Okay, I thought we were going to count it as false because it was all relationships. But true is the right answer.
Oh. The answer key I have says true. So.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay. Giving back trivia. True or false? Volunteering can improve your mental health. Okay. Yes, that was in Lillian's presentation. What is the term for helping others without expecting anything in return?
Altruism.
She says altruism. Did you guys say? Okay, great. That's the answer. What is the term for donating money to a cause?
Charity. Philanthropy.
They said philanthropy. Are we going to accept charity? Accept that as an answer? Yes. That also works. What day is known for encouraging global giving? Huh?
No, like what day? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah.
What day of the week?
Oh, we thought it was like.
Oh, Sunday, I guess.
Giving Tuesday. You guys never heard Giving Tuesday? It's Giving Tuesday. Everyone got it wrong. What are you guys doing on Tuesdays?
What did you people do? You're supposed to be giving stuff, right?
I don't know. Apparently we're all doing Tuesday wrong if we haven't been giving.
So if you haven't been giving thanks on Tuesday,
So is it every Tuesday?
Yes.
Every Tuesday, yes, every
Yes,
Tuesday.
Tuesdays are giving Tuesdays.
Where have I been?
I don't know. Okay, last question. True or false, helping others can reduce stress? True, that is true.
I know, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
We'll go over the bonus questions. Did you guys have time to hit the bonus questions?
We did one.
Okay, so principle of Marafiki Wellness Club, wellness is a blank, shared blank responsibility. Wellness is a community shared.
You answered. It's shared.
It's a shared community responsibility. Oh, I misread it. I'm sorry, I misread it. Okay. The second one, supportive communities create space for transformation, but personal blank.
But that was personal. That was the answer. That's the answer.
Oh, I read the answer. I'm reading this wrong. I'm so sorry. I messed up the bonus questions.
Collective is correct, or is it need to be community?
So the answer was wellness is a shared responsibility, but collective responsibility. Collective, shared is the same. Yeah, it's all the same. We'll give it to you guys.
Yeah, I think
We give it to them.
Okay, so what was the final score? What did they get? What was their
How
score?
many did they meet?
Or is it team Simba? They missed 3.
So 29
What was the champions' final score?
Excuse me.
That's a full. Just write how many they missed. Like minus.
They're not champions? How many did they get wrong?
It is 4.
They missed 4. 4? Oh my goodness!
That is rough. You guys don't, okay, they want to see which they missed. Let me see what 4 they missed. They missed 3? Are you guys sure? Yes, the answer was 30 minutes. It's a tie? They missed 3. Are you guys okay with missing 3? Because they were about to come after you. They're like, no, we did not. There's no extra points for the bonus one. It's the same points. So you missed 3. Let them verify.
So this was true, but they counted that wrong because we said both are bad, but health ranks are slightly better. So that's the one we missed. But we totally stand by that because we're critically thinking.
They're critically thinking. Uh-huh.
That was absolutely wrong because we're taking responsibility here. And that's 2. I don't see the third one.
The 30 minutes, right? Okay, then they only missed 2. They want their paper.
We are the champions, my friend.
We are the champions. Theirs or yours? Oh, they said you missed 3. They want to recheck your paper. This is gonna be. Huh? They put butter for vegetables? So which 3 did they miss? They missed number 12? True. So that's what answer did they put? Both? There is no both. The answer is true. Whole grains are better. Okay, they missed 2. So the tally is in. The champions won. Can we give them a hand? No, let's do better than that. The champions won. Can we appreciate the champions? Ooh, they are very competitive. Next time we meet, I want to be part of their team. You don't want to be against them because they can come after you. It has been proven. Can we also give a hand to Rafiki Deanna for that awesome session? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We have some gifts to give away, but before we do that, do we have time for the... We do? Just 1 minute? Okay, so the team that won, Deanna, you forgot to tell us, what do they get to choose?
You guys get to choose like an activity or just like a quick thing. Maybe it's
Or a
a
quick
dance,
dance.
or a yoga pose, or maybe some jumping jacks or something.
Something for the other team to do. No, they're the winning team, so they get to pick an activity for the rest of you to do. For the losing team to do. A yoga pose, okay, show us. No, we got it. Show us.
It's very simple.
Okay.
Very simple one. A cat's cow.
Oh God, we have to.
Tabletop position. You just look, gaze up, bring your tailbone up.
We can all do that.
That looks painful. Okay. Yeah, that does look painful. Okay, so let's do it. Let's be good sports. Let's do it. They won. Yeah, do you have a standing one? Let's try a standing one because I don't want to throw out my back on that one.
Okay, we could just, I forget what this one's called, but you just. Let's do it. And then raise up halfway. And then back down. And then come up and arms out as you come up. Yeah, see? Yay! And that's it.
It's giving you a hard time. Okay, so now we are coming to the end. First things is we have plenty of food, as you can tell, so feel free to carry as much as you can. Ladies, if you need to use your purses. Don't say I said it. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. We have a few gifts to give away. The first gift is for the person that asked the first question very boldly. So let's put our hands together for Rafiki Isaac. He gets a gift. So next time, come prepared, come be bold. Our next big gift goes to the person that showed up here first. And her name is Rafiki Jinita. That's why I kept asking you, what's your name? And you get a Marafiki. You see that? So for you, I know. Namaste. Okay, that's very fitting for you with the yoga poses. I do have other gifts, but I'll tell you later what they're for. Lastly, I just want to say thank you to you guys for coming. We could have sent out the invitations, and you guys could have chosen to say it's a Saturday. I don't want to go. But you guys not only showed up, you are great sports. You had amazing questions. We had amazing interactions. Rafiki Lillian, what an awesome opportunity for wellness to come together. I don't know about everybody else, but I do need to lose weight. So this is where I need to be. And I love the community aspect of it. I love the volunteering part. I love that we'll have walks together. I love that exploring wellness is our way. So I am honored to be part of that. Thank you to our videographer, the guy taking pictures and doing his thing. Thank you to the caterers, whoever they are. Thank them for us. Thank you to your husband for being a great support system. Thank you, Musandela, for your speech, for complex sugars and simple sugars. Thank you to all of you for coming, for participating, for doing what you've done. I know that it was not in vain. And so God bless you guys, and just let's continue to do this together. I want to hand it back over to Dr. Lillian to summarize for us. And I just want to throw one gift out there. But somebody, whoever will answer this question first, is going to be the one to take this gift home. Are we ready for the question? Are we ready for the question? What was Musandela's topic about? Simple sugars and complex sugars. She nailed it. So can we give our hand for Rafiki Sabrina? Thank you, everyone. Our next event is going to be on March 1st, so put that on your calendar. More details to follow. Please don't leave without signing your name, email address, phone number, so that you can be on our mailing list, so that when we have future events, you will be notified. My name, Rafiki Mercy, over and out.
Thank you so much. As I said again, I'm so glad this is the beginning. This is just the beginning. And the kind of enthusiasm I have felt in this room is amazing. We are just going up and up and up and up. And we're going to help a lot of people. So if you have friends, if you know people that would benefit from being part of a community that is non-religious, right? Non-political. Look around the room. We see everybody's here. This is the community that I want to be in, and I appreciate you for actually coming. You know, this is a great big step. And as I said, yes, our next meeting is on March 1st, but in between, I'm going to send out an email about the podcast that we're going to do. There's a lot of questions that you guys asked here, and this is something that I want, to sit with other people, and have great discussion with. Okay? Thank you so much again. Mm-hmm.